米奇，我们今天要讲什么故事？你还记得他是谁吗？
胡桃鉗。
对，我们今天要讲胡桃鉗的故事，英文叫做 The Nutcracker。它可以把那个胡桃的壳压碎，就可以把胡桃里面的果肉拿出来，果仁拿出来吃。它呢看起来像一个士兵哦，像一个将军，很可爱，对不对？我们之前有读过不同版本的 Nutcracker， 我们今天再来看另外一本。Christmas Eve was finally here. At the grand home of the Stahlbaums, family and friends had gathered for a night of dancing and celebrating. Everyone was happy and excited, especially the two Stahlbaum children, Fritz and Clara. 他们就是 Fritz 跟 Clara 了，他们要庆祝圣诞节哦。The children became even more excited when they spotted their godfather, Drosselmeyer. He was a brilliant toy maker, and every Christmas he gave them the most wonderful magical gift. This year, he gave Fritz a troop of marching toy soldiers and presented Clara with a wooden Nutcracker doll. Clara loved the funny-looking Nutcracker, but Fritz grabbed the doll, saying, "Silly old thing!" He dropped it on the floor, breaking its jaw. 他受伤，你看他下巴掉下来了，你看到他爆炸一下。He's not silly, cried Clara. She picked him up, wrapped a ribbon around his head, and cradled him gently. Don't worry, she whispered. I will take care of you.
他哥哥好坏。
对啊，把他摔坏了，真的糟糕。The party was over, but Clara couldn't sleep. She was worried about her Nutcracker. As she crept downstairs to get him, the clock began to chime, and everything in the room began to grow bigger. Soon, Clara was no bigger than the toys. From inside the clock, she heard strange stretching sounds. Wow! 噔噔噔噔，这些玩具都变大了哦。Suddenly, hundreds of mice scrabbled out of the clock as they raced across the room. Clara's Nutcracker doll, Fritz's soldiers, and all the other toys sprang to life. Charge! Shouted the Nutcracker, and the toys and the mice began to fight. Swords clinked and cannons fired. The Nutcracker faced the Mouse King. His swords ready. 他保护 Clara， 对不对？这个是那个鼠王哦，好可怕的样子哦。The toy army was small, and there were so many mice. Clara saw the Mouse King raise his sword at the Nutcracker. No! She shouted, throwing her slipper at him with all her might. He fell to the floor, and suddenly all was quiet. The fighting ended, and like magic, the mice disappeared. 哇，所以他用一只拖鞋就可以把鼠王打跑了呢。他好勇敢，他没有逃跑，对不对？ At that very moment, the Nutcracker changed into a young prince. Taking Clara's hand, he said, "You saved my life. Let me show you my kingdom, the land of sweets." 所以他是糖果王国来的王子哎，变得好帅气哦。
他变成一个魔法。
他是被魔法师变成一个那个胡桃钳啊，然后现在变回王子了。Suddenly, the house disappeared, and they were flying through the snowy sky. They landed in the forest, where snowflake fairies danced all around them. 哇，来到了一个很漂亮的城堡。
那个魔法是变成他一个胡桃钳，
把它变成胡桃钳，对啊。Clara and the prince then flew on to the land of sweets. He told everyone about the battle and how Clara had saved his life. A great celebration began with music and dancers from across the land. First, Russian dancers stomped their boots, clapped their hands, and jumped high in the air. 你要跳一下那个俄罗斯舞，对不对？手这样合在一起，对，然后踢脚脚，噔噔噔噔，噔，就是这样子。这就是 Russian dance， 跳得很好哦，小心哦，不要撞到床了。好，来坐下来。接下来是什么舞蹈呢？哇哦！ Clara and the prince watched with wonder as a beautiful Arabian dancer gracefully swayed to the music, ringing tiny chains on her fingers. Next, a group of Chinese dancers leaped from a giant teapot, throwing fans and umbrellas. Clara had never been so thrilled. It felt like a dream. 刚还有中国的那个舞者，然后还有阿拉伯的舞者，各种不同国家的舞者都住在这个国度里面哦。Then, as fairy music began, Spanish dancers dressed in brown rushed onto the stage. 没错。This is the dance of chocolate, explained the prince. Next, a towering woman wearing a huge skirt appeared. Watch this, whispered the prince. She is the mother Ginger from France. 8 little puppets dance out from under her skirt, and those are the polished nails, he added, laughing. 所以这种 Mother Ginger， 看，真是，然后还有好几个小朋友跑出来了。好，我帮你冰敷一下。The walls of the flowers came next, and all the flower dancers of the kingdom twirled and whirled across the stage. The flowers then parted as the sugar plum fairy and her knight performed a beautiful past the tuques or dance for two. As the crowd cheered, Clara sighed, I wish I could stay here forever. But the dance had ended, and it was time for Clara to return home. As they climbed aboard the prince's magical sleigh, he turned to her and said, I will never forget your kindness. The sleigh rose into the dawn sky. Clara looked back to see the crowd waving goodbye and the land of sweets fading into a misty light. 她要回家了，你看她坐上这个金色的马车，好漂亮哦。她回到家以后呢，发生什么事了？ Clara awoke in her own home, cradling the Nutcracker doll in her arm. Everything looked just as it had before, but Clara knew it wasn't. She knew that the Nutcracker prince was real and that they met again someday in the land of sweets. I will always take care of you, she whispered to him, and she always did. 所以这就是胡桃钳的故事。
他哥哥说，那个 funny Nutcracker。
对啊，他哥哥嘲笑那个胡桃钳说很好笑啊，笑他是不对的哦。你不能用外表去判断一个东西或者一个人，是不是？所以这就是胡桃钳的故事，好不好听？
好听。
对啊，他的音乐也超好听。下次我们来看那个 The Story of Extra 的 Nutcracker， 就可以一边讲一边听音乐。我们去吃饭吧。The end.